DeShon Elliott, who's going to be taking your questions. So go ahead and start commenting them below. All right, DeShon, this has been a big year for you. You stepped into a bigger role this season. But one thing I love about you is that no matter what you've been asked to do, your teammates are always confident in you. Like they always have no doubt you're going to step up, be able to do whatever is asked of you. How does it feel to have that kind of support from the guys you play with?
It feels great actually because it takes a lot off my shoulders because knowing I've never started a game in my life. I mean, NFL and just knowing going into the season what happened with the situation we had and just knowing I had my teammates at my back, it felt really good for me because yeah, I always have confidence in myself, but being able to know that I have teammates who actually care about me and know that I can get the job done, even when sometimes things won't go right, just know all right, I can rely on them. It feels great.
Sure. How did you kind of handle that extra pressure going into stepping into that role?
It was just time. Honestly, the first week of it, I didn't really think of it as okay. I'm a starter now. I kind of just kept playing, doing my thing, and then like a week before the season started, Anthony Levine was like, "Bro, now it's time for you to start like thinking like a starter." And I was like, "Bro, I am a starter. Like I gotta like what I'm saying. There's certain things you gotta change." And ever since that moment, I just kind of been working my butt off to try to be better for my teammates and for everyone in this building and try to set an example for the younger guys who are here.
I love that. One of your guys signed a huge extension this week, Marlon Humphrey. How did you find out? That's what I want to know.
Show me the money. Yeah, boy, Marvin got some paper on him. I found out it's crazy because the day before, we were just joking in the locker room about like how much everyone like we talk about our contracts and how much we make a week and whatnot. And Marlon was like, "Yeah, bro, like I'm finna get 10 mil this week." I was like, "We're all like, Marlon, shut up." Like he plays around a lot, so it was like, "Shut up, Marlon." And then kind of find out the next day he actually gets a new contract. We're like, "You were for real?" He said, "Yes, I was being for real, but y'all thought I was playing." And I found out we're all in this sitting in our defensive meeting, and all of a sudden it just came across our phones. We were like, "What?" And he didn't say a word. Marlon had his hood on like usual. He just sat there and was locked in. He didn't say a word about it. And all of a sudden we seen it and we were like, "Marlon, you were gonna tell us?" He was like, "Tell y'all what?" And we told him. He was like, "Oh yeah, I just it's kind of happened." And I'm excited for Marlon. I'm proud of him. He deserves every dollar he got. That guy, one of the hardest working guys I ever met. Great person, great background. Like when I tell you, this guy can play corner, safety, nickel, linebacker, whatever you need him to play. Mark can do it. I've never seen a cornerback that can cover and hit somebody the way he does, and I really do appreciate him being on my team. I'm glad to know I got two outstanding cornerbacks on each side of me when I'm playing out there.
Right, sure. And that gives you a level of confidence out there too. I love that you said that he could play anything because Wink said this week that Marlon's a guy who could have played in any era, like not just modern NFL. And like you mentioned, such a humble guy. We're so excited for him. Nobody deserves that more. Another guy that you've played with, got a fan question here from Deborah, was Eric Weddle. How did it feel for you to step into his number?
I actually chose that number because of Weddle. When Mark Ingram got here, we talked about him taking my number because he's a vet. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. And when they told me what numbers were available, I was like, I think I have to go with 32 just because of how much of an influence that was on me my rookie year. He was a great mentor to me. He still is to this day, and I feel like that was going to set, that was going to start a different change for me. Like I went from being hurt and like a young, mentally young guy, and I feel like that was going to just make a complete difference for me.
I love that. Do you still talk to him frequently?
Yeah, I talked to him last week before the Chiefs game, and I'm pretty sure he'll text me before the upcoming game again.
That's awesome. So cool. I love that. So we got a question from Spencer here. Since you're the Joker, who has the deeper voice, Christian Bale as Batman or Calais Campbell?
Oh, Calais Campbell. When I first met Calais, actually, I was talking to Tony Jefferson before I ever met Calais, and he was like, "Wait till you hear that man's voice." I was like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Just wait, you'll see." And the first time he spoke, I was like, "How can a man how can anybody have that deep of a voice?" Like, and already like he's part of the Monstars, so he's huge. Like this guy's huge. Pause. He's like 6'10". Like when I tell you, when I heard that man's voice, I was like, "Bro, I don't know. Are you okay?" Like I don't know.
I would not want to be an opposing offense lining up against him. The voice, the physique, that's intimidating right there.
Went off gate, like never.
From Caleb, how many turnovers do you think you'll have by the end of the year?
Well, I'm trying to start off with getting one first because I'm still trying to break that ice. There's been 3 games. I haven't got one, and it feels kind of weird for me not to have one. Hopefully, this next game I can get one. And my coaches always tell me turnovers come in bunches, so hopefully I can get maybe 7 to 9, right in that range. It doesn't matter how I get them. I just want to get as many as I can, help my teammates out, and for us to get our end goal.
We talked about the Joker before. I want to go back to that for a second. Do you have a favorite Joker movie of all time? Which one's the best?
Definitely the Dark Knight with Heath Ledger, but I also like the role Jack Nicholson played as the Joker. Also, a lot of people don't know that like people approach me, they're like, I bet you don't know about Jack Nicholson. I'm like, I'm young, but I'm not that young. Like I've done my research. I've watched the movies, I've comics, everything from here to the sun. I know a lot about Joker, and his original name was actually Jack Napier. If no one knows that, also.
I mean, you can't be the Joker and not know everything there is
Exactly.
to Joker.
Exactly.
You gotta know your stuff.
Exactly.
From Bobby, who is your favorite safety of all time?
Ed Reed. That's easy. That's he's a ball hawk. Ball hawk. He gave great effort on every play. He ran through your face when it's time to hit you. Like he studied the game like no other. Like Ed Reed, and there's no one who can top Ed Reed.
The GOAT, obviously. Have you gotten to meet him? I'm guessing at this point, being a Raven.
I met him my rookie year, and I'm sad to say I was actually I fanboyed. I definitely fanboyed. I was like, that's Ed Reed. Like, Ed Reed. I know I have a picture on my phone of me and him because I took a selfie with him that day. It's a little childish, but hey, that's Ed Reed. I don't care. Like
he's a Hall of Famer. I mean,
Hall of Famer. Like, he's the greatest safety of all time, in my opinion. So hey, it is what it is.
If there's anyone that you're gonna fanboy over, we'll give you that one, especially as a Raven. From Jesus, how do you plan to bounce back after the loss this week?
It's a new week. We just gotta forget. I mean, once after that game, we came in, we was like, listen up. We're gonna watch this film, but after this film, look, we gotta forget. We got a new team, new week. We go on to Washington. It is what it is, and we took it on the chin, and we knew what things we need to work on to get better and figure out ways to be better. And hopefully down the line, if we do the things we need to do, we'll see him again. And when we see him again, hopefully we can prepare for him the right way.
Sure, and it's week 3. We've got a lot of football left here.
Exactly. Long season, long year.
So you're one of the guys who every week shows up to the games, and you have the fit. And this off season, you got the chance to walk in a fashion show. So how did that come about?
Actually Romeo Hunt was the designer, and he reached out to one of my really good friends, Mike Hodges, and he was just like, I want you to talk to DeShon about walking in my fashion show. I was like, I'm not a big, for me, usually, I mean, my personality is I like to keep to myself. Like, yeah, I can talk when I need to, but I like to keep to myself. I don't really like the cameras being on me, truly, when it's not, when it's not football, I really don't like it. And I was like, I'll do it anyway. So I go out there. It was actually really fun. I really enjoyed it. And hopefully next year, whenever New York Fashion Week comes around again, I can do someone else's show, or maybe Romeo's again. I'm fine with expanding on that. I mean, I like fashion. I'm really into dressing up and being able to show my characteristics and be able to show who I am throughout the way I dress. So I'm fine with it. I love it.
So it's a form of expression for you then.
Exactly. So the way I dress is, sometimes my teammates are like, bro, what do you have on? I'm like, listen, bro, like, hey, this is me. This is what I like. I'm never not gonna be somebody. I'm never gonna not be myself. I'm sorry.
So you were nervous to do it, but then once you got up there, it was all good. So you said you would do it again.
I was nervous until I came back. Like I was walking and I was nervous. Like I didn't want to look nowhere besides at the bright light, because I didn't want to look at no one. I didn't want to see no one's face. I didn't want to look. I don't know. So when I came back, I went backstage again. I was like, whew. And that's when I was like, that was kind of fun. But honestly, I was nervous the whole time. So I don't know why I said it was fun, but I enjoyed it. I'll do it again.
I'd be like, don't trip.
Literally.
The whole time. It was
like post-surgery. So it was like, let me see, it was like 7 months after my surgery. And I had these big, like, what are those black boots called? They're Doc Martin boots on. And I was like, Jesus, please don't trip. Don't trip in this. Please don't trip in this, bro.
Oh man, that's great. All right. So looking ahead to this weekend, we have a question from Coulter here. Do you have any game day rituals?
Game day rituals. Well, before game day and the Saturday of game, I always wear my 32 chain to walk through, and then I also watch The Dark Knight every night before the game. On the day of the game, the other game, I just kind of keep everything the same. Like I'm a big like I eat the same breakfast every day. It never changes. So I try my best to keep all that the same. I like to be early. I like to be 4 hours early to the stadium just to be there. I don't really have anything to do. I just like sitting there and have my mind mentally prepared for the game. Other than that, I mean, I pray. Yes, I did it every day. So other than that, nothing really too like pregame ritual.
Which Joker do you watch the night before the game? Do you switch it up? Same one.
Dark Knight every time. Dark Knight.
Gotcha.
That gets me in the mode.
I love that. A little superstitious there. All right. So from June, what hype song do you listen to before every game? Do you have a certain pregame playlist?
I have a pregame playlist, but it's like a 3-hour playlist. I have so many songs in there. It's not even probably something by Travis Scott or something like that. Like he's one of my favorite artists, so I probably listen to him. And he has a couple of like Rager songs that gets me right. It gets me ready to get my head right, like go crazy a little bit.
You're one of the like hype music guys. Some guys have said that they do like the more mellow music, before, but
no, I'm mellow. I listened to like Brent Faiyaz and like Drake and whatnot before, up until it's time for me to go out to stretch. Once I go out to stretch, that's when I go into the hype music mode because I like to have that mellow vibe before. I don't need to be too like rattled before the game starts.
Yeah. That makes sense. All right, any message you want to share with the fans here before we sign off?
Just tune in every week. We appreciate y'all so much. We wish y'all could be in the stands with us and be able to experience the game with us because a lot of times we miss that. We miss y'all so much. We really do love y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for taking me in. God bless. Hope y'all are staying safe out there with this COVID-19 situation. And that's about it. I love y'all.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Like he said, tune in. We'll be on CBS this Sunday at 1 p.m. at Washington, and we'll see you guys there.
Thank you.